most famous physical therapist on the internet.
Booyah!
Hi, folks. I'm Bob Schrupp, physical therapist.
I've always wanted to do that. Brad Heineck, physical therapist.
Together, we are the most famous physical therapists on the internet.
In our opinion, of course, Bob.
Today, we're going to talk about 3 top shoulder pain stretches: the paddler, the winging, and the statue. These are names from Brad.
Yeah, these are not medical terms, but terms that you can remember so you don't have to learn like infraspinatus stretching, posterior, that kind of thing. Yeah, exactly.
By the way, if you're new to our channel, please take a second to subscribe to us. We provide videos how to stay healthy, fit, pain-free, and we upload every day. Are we still giving away the massager?
Oh, a massager.
Yeah,
right here. Let's just use this one, Bob.
Yeah. In case you're interested, go to bobandbrad.com, go to the giveaway section, always giving something away.
That's right.
We're giving away a Q2 massage gun this week. Very compact, very powerful. Yeah, there we
Hear
go.
that power?
Yeah. You can also go to Facebook. The contest will be pinned to the top of the
Right up
page.
there.
And Twitter, Instagram, or TikTok if you want a 60-second version of our program.
There you go, Bob. We now have podcasts in full.
Check out
and
our
strong.
podcast.
Absolutely. I'm going to try this once.
All right.
Anyways, let's get on to these shoulder stretches. Shoulder pain, very common, prevalent throughout society. How do you fix it? There's sometimes you can do some stretches, and we found out over the years some stretches. I mean, we've learned them from some of the experts.
Some of them we kind of invented.
Modified them a little bit.
Right.
I got to say we can't take full credit, except for maybe the names.
Let me also say, Brad, this can help arthritis. It can help impingement. It can help rotator cuff problems.
Right.
I think maybe labrum problems too.
I think so too.
That's what you have.
One way or another, you don't necessarily have to know what the problem is, but just follow along and you'll know if the stretch is the one that's going to help your
because
shoulder.
it's going to decrease your pain.
Right.
I mean, if it's making your pain worse, you got to stop it.
Exactly.
No doubt about it.
So we're going to show you 3 stretches. Do all 3 of them. Maybe that 1 or 2 of them clearly don't feel better. You're not going to do those. Do the one that feels better. Maybe all 3 of them make it feel better.
Right.
That's possible. Probably not, but it may be. Do the one that feels the best to you. Sometimes it's easier to do one than the other.
And
too.
one caveat is that if you have shoulders that want to dislocate or like rheumatoid arthritis, I'd be a little careful on some of these.
Right.
I don't know if I'd even do them.
Yeah. You got to start out gentle with all these and
Right.
progress. Only do them if they feel good. Now, the names that we have for these, the paddler.
Right.
This is actually from Robin McKenzie, where we got this from, but we call it the paddler because it's shoulder extension, and you need a stick, 4 or 5 foot long stick. We use a booyah stick. You don't have to have a booyah stick by any means. Broomstick. Cane even works for this if it's long enough. And if you're paddling a canoe, you go like this. You know, if you haven't canoed, don't worry about it.
I called it rowing. And
you don't row a canoe.
Brad.
Yeah. Well, you don't row. You row a boat.
Is this rowing? I don't know.
No, that's kayaking. I think they call that paddling too. So, anyways, just grab like this.
I can't win.
Thumb will go forward, and you grab here. The other hand is here, and you just go straight behind you. If you look at this angle, the profile, if you will, it's here, not out to the side. And you just go back with a relaxed arm. The involved arm that's getting stretched is completely relaxed. And you go back, give it a stretch.
A couple points here is if you start to feel pain, you back off. You don't go into the pain cave. You stay out of it.
Yep.
And over time, if it starts to feel better, go further and further.
Yep.
We want you to go as far as you can.
Now, I'm also going to add to that. Say you do it the first time and you hold it for a second or two. That kind of hurts. And then you just bump into it a couple more times and it starts to feel better. Well, then you can continue up to 10 repetitions. But if after 2 or 3 repetitions it's just becoming more irritated, stop. Just disregard that stretch.
And the first day, do 1 set of 10.
Yep.
And then see how it is the second day.
Right.
If it feels fine the second day, you might do 3 sets of 10, like not in a row, like do a set of 10, throughout the day.
Yep.
Eventually, you could even do it like 6 times a day.
Right. And this applies for all 3.
Right.
So that was the first one. The second one, is the chicken wing.
Sure.
Bob, you want to demonstrate this?
Sure.
You really pretty much came up with this one.
Yeah.
I just came up with the name.
So basically, you got palm on the lower. This is the arm that's giving me the problem.
This left one.
Yep. I'm going to take this, the palm is facing out.
Away from your butt.
Yep. This one, the palm is facing forward, and I don't want to hit my head, so I'm going to go off to the side of my head, and I'm going to take it and I'm going to pull the arm out into a chicken wing like you do in wrestling. Right,
Yeah.
Brad?
Well, yeah. No, we'll show you. Whatever. If you're a wrestler, you say that.
Now you can make it a little more stressful by going up further
Yep.
and then going out.
Sure.
Up further, then out.
So the motion on the shoulder is actually similar to the paddler. It's just coming at it from a different angle.
Right, and it's getting a little bit internal rotation
Yeah.
of the shoulder too.
And that's one of those things you don't have to worry about. You just think of the same thing. Does it make it feel better with repetition? If it does, continue. If it doesn't, stop. I just want to add on, sometimes we can actually just do this motion alone.
Right.
Can also
Yeah.
help loosen that
You
shoulder
could
up.
start with that one.
Yeah.
You could start by just going up and down like that, and then eventually try this one. If it's not helping, you could do the other one.
Yeah. I used to combine them because they both felt good. So it was right there. So I would start out doing, I call it the back scratcher, and then I would chicken wing it,
Sure.
about 5 to 10 repetitions each.
And make sure that you're not doing this, Brad.
Exactly.
You're staying up straight, and you're just using your arm to pull it forward. Because
Right. That's the body mechanics. But there's one thing that's really important here, Bob. I want you to put this right here.
sure.
Okay, take this hand and lift it up over your head. I hold on to that, Bob. This tape is driving me crazy. That was from the video we did before with the pelvic tilt.
Sure.
So, anyways, all right. Now let's go to number 3, the Statue of Liberty.
Sure.
Now this kind of came from Dr. Kirsch, where he promotes hanging from a pull-up bar and stretching your shoulder out for impingement problems. I had a 13-year-old. We didn't have a pull-up bar. He was a pitcher overhand, and we needed to stretch his arm out and get that gap for the supraspinatus to open up. And so we did happen to have a Booyah stick. You can use anything. Something about 1 inch in diameter or bigger works best. And something that doesn't slip around, you can put it here on the chair. Now, for some people, you may
can
have it
actually
down.
do the floor. You can reach down like this.
And it depends, because he was 13 years old, high level. We wanted to get as much extension as possible. If someone's got arthritis, they'll start lower.
If you have arthritis, you might be able to lift the arm this high, and you might start with the arm that high, and then reach forward. And then after a while, you might be able to creep your arm up a little bit further and go farther.
Yep. So if you're going for maximum elevation, because you need that way, for a sporting activity possibly, or work, you reach up there, and when you lean forward, you can't see it. My hand is gripping nice to the stick, and as I lean forward, the leverage pulls traction, and it opens that gap up in the supraspinatus area underneath the acromion. That's a bone in that part.
He goes into great detail on this in his book.
Right.
So
we should now. If you have a pull-up bar and you don't have a stick, you can go. We don't have a pull-up bar. We got these hanging handles. Same thing. You have a bar going across. The thing nice about this is if you go your back up against the wall, it's a little nicer. You have more control. But this is the hanging that Dr. Kirsch, the orthopedic surgeon, highly promotes. He got the whole book written on it.
Let's see if I can find the book.
It's back there somewhere, Bob. It's a nice book. It is written for the layperson, but he does go into detail about the biomechanics that probably you have to be a therapist or in the medical field to understand that. But for the most part, it's the layperson terminology.
It's called Shoulder Pain, the Solution and Prevention, the exercise that heals the shoulder and relieves back pain.
Right.
And again, it's by John M. Kirsch, MD, board certified orthopedic surgeon.
That's right. Not to mention, he lives right where I grew up, 30
Yeah.
miles from where I grew up. So I feel a little closer
A
to
little
him.
kinship.
Yeah, there you
Feel,
go. So the Statue of Liberty stretch is just a spin off of that when you don't have something to hang. It actually works out quite well.
So I've been thinking about these names, Brad. I've been thinking maybe we should call this the Bob Big Three.
Oh, sure.
I
I'm thinking
excluded
the Boo Big Three. I'm thinking.
Hey, it's a family show.
Well, it was just something that popped. It was a Freudian slip.
Yeah, but
Freudian slip. Anyways, once more we finish up another episode and carry on. And good luck with those shoulders.
be careful.
Yeah, be careful in everything that you do. Jeez.